No. Ven, te amo, mi amor. Bésame.
Te beso, verga. Vete mucho a la verga.
¿Por qué, pues?
No te beso nada, así.
What? Welcome to the show with DeMarco and Kayla. Deep dive into life twists, see you later. We got questions, got thoughts, no hesitation. Why we like this now is your destination. Pop culture, trends to daily grind hustle. Breaking it down, talking truth, no muzzle. You feel lost, sometimes we gonna navigate. Letting you know it's never too late. Why are we like this now? Gonna figure it out with a pow, pow, pow. DeMarco and Kayla taking the bow. Join us on the journey, we'll show you how.
Testicles 1 2, testicles 1 2. Is this thing on? Can you hear me? Oh, we're live? Okay, we are live. We are live. What's going on? My name is Marco, aka DeMarco. This is the first episode of Why Are We Like This Now podcast. This is my lovely co-host Kayla.
Hi.
Kayla, I just want to jump right into it because I know we got a lot to talk about. The Super Bowl yesterday. What'd you think?
It was a boring game.
Boring?
Yeah.
I feel like Thanos finally got taken down. He didn't have to have his last stone. But you were going for the Eagles, right?
Yeah, I was going for the Eagles. I was just being a KC hater. I just honestly didn't feel like, I just didn't want them to win again. Like the Super Bowl again. Like I just wanted to see someone new win.
Yeah, I feel the same way. That's what being a 49er fan, I've been mad since last year. So it's like, it's one of those things that I just didn't want to happen. But were you surprised with the way it went?
Yes, 100%. I was very, very surprised because honestly, like if I were to bet, I would have bet the first scoring would have been Kansas City for sure. The first like touchdown, like any type of scoring, I would have bet that Kansas City would have had it. So.
And who would you have thought would have scored that first touchdown for Kansas City? Anybody who you think?
For some reason, Mahomes was in my head. Like if he was like really close, to.
But you don't think it would have been Travis Kelce, who had the worst fucking
honestly,
game?
Yeah, I probably would have thought Travis Kelce, and then I would have think that Mahomes at some point would have tried to score one too, just because he's like that.
But you actually watch the games though, right?
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of women that watch the games. So like,
oh no, I
know. That's why I like to talk to you about these things because
yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons why we started this podcast was because that's what we talked about. Like we would always talk about sports and random weird shit, but you'd actually know the sports. So I'm like, hey, we should talk about this.
Which is why I said Mahomes. I would think at some point he would score a touchdown because he's just like that. He likes to be the star. He likes to be like, he likes to hold, like, do something, He wants to be known.
Yeah, and see, and me, like, we're here and I'm here in Texas. So in Texas, Cowboy fans, and I'm not a fucking Cowboy fan. I'm fucking one of the biggest Cowboy haters that you'll ever know. So if y'all don't know that, you know that now. Cowboys always try to make it about them. It's always about them. Well, the Chiefs used to be the Texans, and then Mahomes, he's a Red Raider, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. I really want to like Mahomes. I really do. He's very versatile. The plays he makes. He's not even a cocky dude. Like you said, like the way you said it makes it about himself. Like I like the way he's an actual, like, he's a respectful dude. You never see him in the news doing some shit. You see his fucking wife do shit before him. You know what I mean? So like, I really want to like him. It's just the fucking Chiefs that just can't do it.
Let's talk about the Cowboys and how much they're crying right now.
Oh, they're crying like a motherfucker.
Because the Eagles, they're rivals. So
yeah, they were chanting
rivals,
out there.
Not just like a little bit, like just because they're in the same conference. It's like big deal rivals.
They were chanting Dallas sucks. Like at one point you want to be happy because of the Dallas tears, but then at the same time it's like they still talk about him, and it sucks that they have to talk about him. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
But as a 49er fan, that's one thing I hate. I hate, like, we beat the Cowboys because we did beat the Cowboys, and it seems like it's the fucking Super Bowl. It's not though. Like the Cowboys are sorry anyway, so it just sucks. So
yeah, they are. They have all this false hope.
Where did you watch?
I just watched it at my house. I just didn't feel like going anywhere or doing anything. I just kind of wanted to watch the game and just chill out and not have to deal with like the outside interference of other people.
Yeah, it sucks because you go to these parties and it's always more about the commercials, and then they won't shut the fuck up during the game. You're like, bro, I'm trying
Yeah.
to watch this fucking game. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's
That's how
like
I know
all
you're a
the
real
stuff
fan.
that they could have done before the game, they do it during, and I'm like, okay, I'm not here for the party. I'm here for the game.
I'm here for the partying too. I need to be a drink. I had to get me a drink, so.
Mm. Oh yeah, where'd you watch it at?
I wish I had my cousin's house. Like she had a little thing going. It was actually her. She has a boyfriend, and it was his birthday. They had a little thing. I was proud of myself. I didn't drink a lot. Got up in the morning because usually, like they said, the Monday after Super Bowl should be a holiday. It should be a national holiday because
So
of
some places will give you the day off after.
some places where not no big
Okay,
companies. These
so
big companies don't give a shit.
so I've worked at places where they gave you the day off after because they knew that everybody was going to be fucked up the day coming in.
I remember last year I had to go into work after the 49ers got their ass beat. I kicked everybody out. I had a party at my house. I kicked everybody the fuck out. I was like, you know what? Everybody get the fuck out. Family members, everybody get the fuck out. But I was already like, I had mixed everything: Hennessy, tequila. I had so many beers. Like it was wild. And then that next day, my performance or whatever was horrible, and my boss was like, Marco, what's going on? And I told him, I was like, it was a long night last night, and he was like, okay, I understand. He helped me out, but the company didn't care. They don't care. You know what I mean? They don't give a shit.
Most companies don't care.
There's
If I had a company, I'd be like, everybody's off.
because there was a thing that actually said like they were trying to change it to a Saturday, but although it would be cool on a Saturday, but football on a Saturday is just not the same. You know what I mean?
No, I wouldn't like it on a Saturday because it belongs on a Sunday. It's Sunday football, Sunday everything. Yeah, no, it belongs on a Sunday.
So, did any of the commercials stand out to you?
Just the one with I mean, a lot of them were funny, but I honestly can't remember most of them because I forgot them. But the one with Belichick and his girlfriend were on the Dunkin' Donuts commercial, and then with what's his name, J-Lo's ex,
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck. Yeah, he was on it too. And then
I honestly didn't see any commercials. It's so weird that I didn't see any of them. Well, I'm just guessing, was the Dunkin' Donuts about the age difference between him and Belichick and his girl?
I can't remember if they used that, but it was mostly just about like whose coffee was better. It was like a competing one that no one's ever heard of.
Yeah, Bill Belichick has to drink the blackest coffee. How old is he? Like, I mean, I guess I drink black coffee too because maybe I'm just an old guy at heart, but like, she has to drink like the iced coffee with the whatever. It's like the
Latte
most
or
girly shit, like 24-year-old drinks. And he's
Yeah.
just the fucking old man with the black coffee. That's so crazy, their age difference. Like I said, you're not ugly and old. You're just broke.
Poor. Yeah. Yeah, because imagine all the stuff that we could get done if we were rich. You get all these people with BBLs.
It's just the nasty thought about what everybody's just talking about, just the age difference. But I'm thinking about like nighttime with his, what did Billy Madison say, or not Billy, on Big Daddy when they say with his loose skin
balls.
and his old balls,
Wrinkly
like
balls. Oh, yeah. The Pepperidge Farm.
She got the Pepperidge Farm guy, yes.
Yeah.
but Belichick, man, he got to be like he's more doughy than the other guy. Like it's just like that thought is just like, oh my god, like I don't know if there's enough money that. And I'm trying to put myself in a position of like if it was an old lady, I do it.
Girls don't. Some women don't care as long as there's money involved. They don't care.
I do it. I got it. I do it. So
it's not like he's got a couple thousand or he's got six figures. He's rich,
Yeah. When I seen her with that Super Bowl ring, I was like, damn, like that's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, but the game itself, I thought the same thing too. I was surprised. I was surprised with just the thing is that throughout the year, I feel like the Chiefs barely escaped every single game. So I think I already knew that they weren't the team that they were supposed to. I honestly didn't even think they were going to make the Super Bowl. And that's not even just hating. I knew that they would make the playoffs. I just thought that the way they played all year was they barely squeezed by a lot of the games. And so I was thinking with the caliber of the Bills and the caliber of the Ravens, there's just no way that they were gonna make, and then they just
That's
okay.
why I
So
told you. That's why I told you I was going for the Eagles because I was like, I really think they have a chance. I was like, with the way that Casey's been playing all year, I honestly think that they have a better chance. You know, if they play like their heart out and everything. And I know Hertz was injured for a little bit, and he came back, and he wasn't
yeah,
as strong at first, and then no,
because that's
I
what I was
don't
gonna
know.
say is that the Eagles was one of those teams that like they'd come and they'd play fucking badass, or the next game they just would fucking
Yeah,
suck it up. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And ever since that game that Sirianni yelled at the people for winning the fucking Cleveland game, everybody made fun of him, but they never
Oh
lost the
yeah.
game after that, and it was like, damn, they. I hate to admit that they, you know, that they did go, man. How bad do the fucking Giants feel that Saquon they let Saquon, man? Saquon actually didn't
Hmm.
do that good yesterday either. I expected him to fucking rumble it up, and he didn't. But
Yeah,
he did enough. But it was like
like average type.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then the Coop, the white cornerback scoring in the touchdown. Like, first of all cornerbacks have been black for the history of football, and now all of a sudden this white
History.
guy
Yeah.
comes in, and it's like, damn. So it's a good story. I like that. I thought it was already as soon as it started, and that interference play. Do you remember that first one? The interference where it was fourth down and they threw it, and AJ Brown barely got touched.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god, I about
I
fucking
thought
I
that
was
was
already
going to
gonna
be the
turn it off.
beginning of it
Yeah,
all.
I know. I was ready to turn it off. I was like, here goes the fucking officiating again,
Yeah.
and all this bullshit. I fucking threw a fit of rage over there. I was like, man, I
Yeah.
was about to turn that shit off, but
Yeah, I straight thought that was going to be the beginning of just shitty calls. And then I was just like, don't even tell me the Eagles are going to lose because of all these fucking stupid ass calls.
exactly. I was just like, man, I'm just here for this fucking halftime show because this is about to be stupid. This is about to
Oh,
be
yeah,
stupid.
let's get into
So
that. Let's get into
so
that.
I mean, it was more interesting than the game was.
Yeah. Well, I heard some people DM me and they were saying that they thought it was boring. Or not boring, but like average, very like very simple. But you don't need to have like this whole blown out thing, like stages coming out of everywhere and like all different like artists and everything. Like he did what he did strategically because that's how he wanted to make a statement.
So it's for the culture. And I think a lot of people
Yeah.
don't understand that, and especially people that are not in the culture, they don't understand the thing. Like,
Yeah.
first of all, for Samuel L. Jackson to come out as Uncle Sam,
Mhm.
it's fucking genius. I was like, damn. And then just the whole setup. So that's what I mean is that, like, I understand, like, I know people that don't know rap music at all, and they were just like, well,
Mhm.
you know, you were there for the theatrics. Like last year, you might not know Usher, but the Usher had brought out the stripper pole and all that other stuff. But we're living in different times. Do you know what I mean? And so it's
Yeah.
like they had to this, you know, was setting a statement out there, and with the way the heads were bobbing, the way I think before we get into like the main part of it, my only criticism is that I wish, being the Kendrick fan the whole time he's been a rapper, and I've been telling, the only reason why this makes me feel good is because I've been talking about Kendrick for years, and people are like, oh yeah, no, now I hate whenever an artist goes up and then all of a sudden he's overrated. No, he hasn't been overrated. He was underrated for years, and now all of a sudden there's one song and y'all think he's overrated. Anyways, I think he has so many hits and he didn't play any of them. Like the whole Good Kid, Mad City, he didn't play any of those hits, and I was
Mm.
like, especially if Pyrus and Crips. And he had the red and blue already. That it would have went
Mhm.
off. But that was my only criticism of it. Like I wish that he would have done more of the old hits,
Yeah.
but yeah. But other than that, how do you feel if you are Drake? How are you watching?
First, to answer what you just talked about, like the reason I feel like he didn't do something like that is because like it didn't go with the statement he was trying to make with like, like
Right.
how things are nowadays. That music didn't really like it goes with it, but it goes with like more like before.
But his second album, To Pimp a Butterfly, did. Like he had the song like "We Gon' Be Alright." He had songs like that,
Oh,
and he didn't do those either. You know what I mean? So I mean,
yeah,
I see
I
what you're
know.
saying, but he also had that other album too that he didn't do. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
It's hard though because like he only has a certain amount that he can do. especially whereas, you know,
Oh yeah, yeah. He
he
talked
had
about
the
it all
whole, he
week
had it like
about.
a play, you know, some kind of too.
Yeah, he talked about it all week about how he had the 18 minutes to try to fit all this stuff in, which I feel
Hmm.
like it was longer than 18 minutes,
Hmm.
but yeah.
Okay, and then Drake. Okay, so
If you were Drake, let's not talk about the other stuff yet. If you were Drake and you had your worst enemy, whatever, and you had to watch 126 million people call you a fucking pedophile, how would you be watching? What were you even watching? What would you be doing?
honestly, I would have watched it to see what he said because Drake has filed a suit against him right now. So
Which
he's
yeah.
trying to like because of the whole pedophile thing in the song. But the fact that he actually just didn't give a fuck and then he smiled when he said it. I don't know if you saw his grin and
Oh
everything.
yeah.
Like that's what a lot of people are talking about too. Is that he smiled like he doesn't give a fuck. Like keep going.
I like
Keep
how
trying to.
he teased it first, where he first said, "I want to play their favorite song, but you know they like to sue." And then
Yeah.
he played the little thing, and then he went to a different song because hey,
Mhm.
I love Scissor, and Scissor came out there, and I was like,
Mhm.
yeah, because I like that song Luther, and he teased it first, and it was like okay, but then he came out. And it's what's crazy is how anticipated everybody was waiting for the song, and then you didn't know if he was going
Mhm.
to play it or not because of the suit. It's
I know.
crazy
I
how
was waiting.
Drake didn't realize like him doing the suit, no matter if you're with it or whatever, him doing the suit made it more anticipated for for Kendrick
Yeah.
to do it. So it's like you just made it worse on yourself, like
Mhm.
thinking he wasn't gonna do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
He was,
everybody was watching that show just to see if he played that song too.
and
Even
then
my daughter said something about it, and I was like, "You're not supposed to know about that." And
I
she's like,
see.
"Oh, I know." And she's like, "And he's gonna play that song."
I seen a meme with like it was like a family with the kids and they're all like that and it said A minor like as much because my daughter likes the song too and she always says it too and it's crazy because like I guess you're probably the same parent as me where I mean you got to have these conversations with your kids because I always tell
Yeah.
my kids like I don't care what you listen to because I grew up listening to songs that I probably shouldn't be listening to. My only thing
Oh,
is I want you to
yeah.
know exactly what they're talking about because I don't want you just to be singing things and you don't know what the hell they're talking about. Like I don't need you be in the street talking about certified lover boy, certified pedophile. Like, okay, I get it, but at the same time, like,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm the same.
and
Like
then
to.
and then to
Yeah.
end
Did you
it,
see his chain too?
oh yeah, with the little A,
Yeah. A minor.
the little A minor. But there's a lot of things like okay, the thing about the whole Kendra thing is what's crazy is that like people always set things up that maybe they dissect things because he's so complex that they
Yeah.
dissect things that might not be there. And like the little A actually like in his PG Lang thing, it actually goes to the side too. So it could be for that. But the A minor, it
Mhm.
could be for that too. But I also seen something about somebody made the conspiracy about like Amazon and Jeff Bezos not liking it, and that A is actually for Amazon. And you're like, that's
Wow.
how complex
Mhm.
Kendrick is. Is like he does all these things and people
Nobody
start
knows.
dissecting things because like the whole like thing looked like a PlayStation controller, and then at the very end, did you see it said "Game Over" in
Yeah.
the stands? Like because of the song "First Person Shooter Mode." That's what started all last year with
Oh yeah. Yeah.
with J Cole and Drake when they like big as the what? Big as the
Yeah.
Super
Mhm.
Bowl, and he actually did the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's just a checkmate. And me being like one of the like biggest Tupac fans ever, and looking at rap, like I think Kendrick has actually put himself in the conversation for at least top 5 of all time. I know we're not going to talk about rap, but I'm just like
Mm.
just the way he's done. And I hate the only thing I hate about the beef is that like people will make it like, oh well, he only became big because of the beef, and it's like no,
Uh,
this just made you see who he was. Like if hey, don't mess with there's always like don't beef with that one person, and he's that person that you just don't want to beef with. And his outfit, like he had the biker jacket on, which I like. It was cool.
mhm.
But I got a lot of flack from people that I talked about. They're like, "How are you gonna be this hardcore rapper and have bell bottoms on?"
It kind of like meshed. Sorry, not meshed. Meshed with the whole like the um the whole show that he was trying to give off. The whole like message because it was kind of like an old school type of message of you know, stuff like that, like how people would hang out on the corners or, you know, street lights and all that stuff, you know? So it kind of like went with it.
I mean, do they wear that shit in Cali or what? Because they don't wear that shit in Texas. Maybe that's another thing, is they don't wear that shit here.
Okay, so now it's starting to come back a little bit. I mean, my daughter, like, I was talking to my daughter and I was like, oh, wow, he's wearing the same pants that you wear. Because she wears them a little bit because she likes
Oh
them.
yeah, now you getting clowned over here. You gonna get clowned now, because like when we grew up, I mean, because like we're both millennials, so we're the
Mm-hmm.
same age, so we grew up around the same time. We grew up right around the time that Jinko jeans were fucking
Yes.
in style. So like they weren't bell bottoms, but they were almost like bell bottoms. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing about Kendricks. Then they were tight. They were tight at the top and loose at the bottom. I thought he was about to walk through the water like and get them all wet the way we used to the Jinko jeans when we were kids.
That's the worst. It's going to be wet like that all day, get your socks wet.
Walked through. I know, and then the back of them, they never stayed together. They were all straggly and shit
Oh,
because
yeah.
you stepped on them and shit too. Jinko jeans were the worst. I don't know why we fucking liked them so much. They were the fucking worst. But is he trying to bring it back? Like, are you wearing bell bottoms? Are you gonna wear some bell bottoms?
No, I'm not going to wear any bell bottoms. I'm going to keep my tight jeans with the, I think they're called distress, but I always call them rips.
But I gotta say that the picture he has where he say Drake and he's smiling and he's
Yeah.
walking and the bell bottoms are like, hey, like the picture's iconic. I feel like you're just like it's the funniest fucking picture because it's like almost like I know you've seen it where the Thriller where he like looks back and it's like laughing
Mm-hmm.
like, and then the bell bottoms are down there. So I don't know about the bell bottoms. I don't know. I'm just at the same time. I mean, look at me. I got gold teeth. What the fuck I know? You know what I mean?
Well,
So
gold teeth, I mean, the grill is a lot different. That's more like, I think the bell bottoms is more of like a feminine type thing.
is it a Compton thing? That's what I understand. It's
No,
not a no.
it's really not.
Are Pyrus and Crips wearing that?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Or are they going to come together? You remember that? I don't know if you remember back in the day when they had the Pyrus, the Bloods and Crips got together and they tied their fucking bandanas together
Oh,
and shit
yeah.
for a unity.
Yeah,
Like,
you
are
did.
they going to get bell bottoms together and they going to wear it? See how stupid it sounds? Like Kendrick, my man, Kendrick co-rapper. Like I said, probably put him in the top, at least top 5 now. But something about the bell bottoms, and that's what a lot of reactions that I got from people that didn't know who he was were like, "But why was he wearing bell bottoms though?" So, but at the same time, I guess I'm not the artist. I'm not the one making the money. So
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't, I don't know. Maybe he's just like, I want to wear this. It's cool. I don't know. Maybe his designer said it'd be cool. I don't know.
But the motorcycle jackets we got, and then fucking
I
Mustard
liked
came
it.
out too when they was like doing the Mustard shit and they was together
Yeah,
and shit. And they had them jackets. Yeah, I need one of them jackets though. I
I
do need
like
one of
that.
them jackets. I also
Hmm.
need that fucking I need that Grand National. A lot of people were mad about the way he modded the Grand National. A lot of car guys, but that Grand
Mm.
that GNX, yeah.
It looks cool. Yeah.
Do you listen to a lot of rap music, or you don't listen to a lot of rap music?
Yeah, I do. Actually, mostly rap. My daughter asked me the other day, she's like, why are you always listening to rap? Why don't you listen to something else? And I'm like, I don't know. It's just real, it's real, words. Like, it really means something. I'm listening to, stuff that's older, not, new
Oh, okay.
stuff. Yeah, and she's just always like, oh, why are you listening to that? Why don't you listen to, some of the new songs? And I was just like, because the new songs don't mean shit to me.
But I think that's why you and me
The
have
other
got
stuff,
along is because
gets me in my feelings, and stuff.
I think that's why you and me got along is because of like we're both millennials, so it's like we listen to the whole like '90s stuff to the 2000s,
Uh-huh.
and I actually do try to listen to the new stuff. Some of it I'm like, okay, I get it. Some of it I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing I want to talk about is like being a good person, making good music, and people hating you for no reason.
Mm.
Like, what did Taylor Swift do wrong? Why do
A lot
people
of
hate
people
Taylor
didn't
Swift?
like her from a long time ago because because they would call her a crybaby because she was always making songs about ex-boyfriends and all that shit.
So that's why they booed her? I don't understand. Like,
Why they booed her, I honestly don't know.
I mean, as a guy, I talk to a lot of guys that are always like, we're trying to watch fucking football and they keep fucking showing Taylor Swift. What does Taylor Swift have to do with the shit? And I'm just like, who cares? Like, it's bringing the money, but you're talking about it. Like, that's
Yeah.
why, and I think that's why they boo is because like she has nothing to do with it. But how is that her fault? Is what I'm saying.
That's
It's
why
like,
I think that's why, because I don't know if you saw her expression, but she was
oh
just
yeah,
like,
had to make a
why?
meme. I made
What
that
does this
meme
have to do
on
with me?
Instagram.
Like, yeah.
I think
But
she
no,
handles. I think she
I
handles it
really
well though.
don't. I don't know why. Maybe just people are over having to
Do
do
you
with
hate to
football.
see it or like to see it, or it doesn't even matter to you?
I just don't care as long as I'm watching the game. I don't really care. Like it's to me, it's like almost like a commercial at that point. It's like, okay, you showed her. You know it's coming. At some
Yeah.
point during the game, they're gonna show her a couple times, maybe 3 times, 4 times. Who knows? They used to show her a lot, but now they don't show her as much anymore. She got banned for a little while from going.
Yeah, and I feel like they know, so they didn't. I think I saw one of the bets. I wish we could have recorded this before, so we could have looked at some of the bets.
Well,
We'll do that with other games and too. So
mhm.
like, uh, I actually lost the bet. I'll post the push-ups on here. Of if it was over or under 2 minutes
Oh,
on the national anthem. I said under, and it barely went over. What
yeah,
color was the Gatorade? The Gatorade was
yeah.
lemon lime.
That's another one that like which one is it gonna be heads or tails?
Yeah, heads or tails was a big one.
That's another good bet.
I
Who's gonna
had
score first
I had a
is
friend that
usually a
lost a lot
bet.
of money that he put 5,000 on it being heads. It's a
Mm-mm.
50-50 though. You got to honestly,
Yeah,
like, if we're going to talk about bets, 50-50
yeah,
is a good chance. Like, it's like,
it is a
okay,
good chance.
yeah, but
It is.
tails never fails. I told him, like, hey, tails never fails.
Yeah,
But all in all, boring. I can say that where it was boring, but at the same time, I guess because I liked the Kansas City getting whooped on, like, I feel like it was a better game. Okay, I guess I liked it because they got whooped on, but I was already ready
hmm
to turn it off in the third quarter. I'm like, okay,
yeah.
I think we expected them to come back.
Okay, so that's where I. Okay, so that's when I was like, okay, in the fourth quarter they have to come back. Like that's just how it's like a Patriots thing where they would just come back and just win, you know. And you're like, how the fuck did you just win that
Where
game?
when in your mind did it hit you that this could be the Atlanta New England game?
Ah,
Like, I really thought like they were gonna come back, like, and that's what that dismantled the whole like Mahomes being better than Brady talk.
my gosh, no. But no, I really did think that they were gonna come back in the fourth. I mean, they ended up getting they got, and then after I noticed that they weren't scoring, I was like, okay, I guess they're not gonna. I don't even think they're gonna get to 20 points, and then they got to 20 points like in the last like what was it, like 3 minutes or 5 minutes or something like that. I was just
His
like, okay, this game is going weird.
his last touchdown, Holmes' last touchdown, happened after Sirianni got dumped with the with the Gatorade. They had the
Yeah,
Gatorade, but before the damn touchdown,
yeah.
and then I saw the meme with the Taylor Swift. I'm feeling 22 because
Uh,
they had the 22 points.
Yeah, when I saw them dump the Gatorade already, I was just like, it's a little bit like there's still a little bit of time left in the game. I know they're not gonna. I didn't think they were gonna have it in them to win, but I was like, it's a little early to be celebrating. Like I always feel like there's time. There's always time. Like there's just always time. Like you
Game ain't
never
over
know
till
what
it's
could
over.
happen. You know, especially if it's like a championship playoffs games. I mean, Lakers, Celtics. Like there's so many games where you're
Yeah, but
like Patriots.
once they put in what's his name, the backup. Once they put him in, I was like, oh, okay, they already think they won, and it was already done there.
Look at the thing.
You think Travis Kelsey is done, or do you think he still has another year in him? How many years do
Oh,
you think he has left?
I think he still has more time.
Because let me see, how old is Travis Kelsey? Let
I
me
don't
see
know.
here.
I don't think he's that old.
Travis Kelsey is 35 years old.
But he was a little younger.
That's in football years.
Yeah, it's pretty old. Or it's getting up there where if they start getting
Okay.
hurt, you know.
Now, if he goes back, did you see his ex? His ex
Yeah.
his ex was on the field
Oh,
after
yeah.
after they won, after the Eagles
Mm-hmm.
won. She posted and it was like, I guess there's room for a bandwagon here, and she's blowing the confetti. That's petty as fuck.
Yeah.
Are you that type of petty ex-girlfriend?
No.
No, you don't give a shit.
Like,
See,
fuck off.
that's what I'm saying. You and me are the same. That's what you and me are the same. Once I'm done, I'm just like, I don't even give a fuck about being petty. I'm like, whatever. I feel like whenever you're
Mm-hmm.
petty, like, you still kind of care for them a little bit, so it kind of like it
Yeah,
makes
it's like
you
showing that you care. Yeah.
exactly. exactly.
So
And
I'm
I'm
like,
just
no.
letting you know, like, I'm ready. I don't know. I don't know. They say it's a cancer trait or whatever, but it's like, no, that's just me. Like, when I tell you I'm done, I'm done. People don't know. My cutoff game is so.
Oh, me too. I'm like, you're like, it's like my heart is cold for you. Like there's nothing there. Like
Exactly.
they think that they're like, oh, I know I have more time or I have another chance or yeah, I cheated on her, but she'll accept me back. No, dude. I don't care if we're married. We're done. Like it's when I'm done, I'm done. Like 100%. We're not gonna have sex anymore. We're not gonna kiss. We're not gonna hug. Don't even bring any of that shit here because it's not gonna happen.
But let me fuck one more time. But you hear that, don't you?
Yeah.
That's yeah. I knew it. I knew it. Why do I don't know why guys say that shit? Well, let's do it one more time.
One time.
One more time. One more time.
Yeah. And then they always try to like I
Oh,
don't know.
okay.
I
So you have made the mistake of letting him do it one more time.
yeah,
Okay, and then they're like, well,
but not this last time.
no.
But I have before.
What I'm
Yeah.
saying is that like when they say one more time, it's never just one more time. That's just the way to get it. Try to get back in. The dudes' egos are so big that they think that shit. Let me just slang it one more time. Like, bro,
Hmm.
no matter how good you slang it, I'm done. But as a man, I think in my head, like women are so emotional that like shit, we fuck one more time, we gonna fucking cuddle up a little bit. She gonna be like, oh hey yeah, and we gonna But I'm the male version of that shit. I'm just like I'm done. Shit, fuck that.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of people, including my ex, used to tell me like I'm kind of like more like a man in that sense because my emotions are not so girly and not so like I don't get hooked on people or emotions or things. And it's just like how I grew up. It's just more of like a defense mechanism rather than, I mean, anything else. So that's just how and not just never changed. That's just how I've always been.
Because
Like,
emotions
I'm
will.
so easy to cut you off. Like, I could be super in love with you, but like, if you do me wrong, that's it. I'm done. Like, I'll cut you right off.
I'm the same way, and I feel like sometimes I've loved somebody. I don't even know if I believe in love anymore, but that's a whole other conversation. Wow. But anyways, I felt for somebody so much that like they fucked up, and then I'm like I'm hurting because I want to talk to them. I really want to be like, hey, I want to call them, but my heart, like you said, it's cold enough to be like I'm gonna move on. And I'm so hard headed that I'll be like, I'm not calling her. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how sad I am. I'll drown
Mm-hmm.
myself in alcohol. I'll call me somebody else before I'm going to call you because
That's
that's
right.
just the way it goes. Like you fuck up, and that's the way it goes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. So going back to what we were talking about, like yeah, it's funny that she was on there, like oh yeah, like oh I'm
Mm-hmm.
blowing the confetti, and I'm like, but
Yeah.
like, do you realize how that makes you look though? Like you still care,
Mm-hmm.
like you did all this shit because you still care about the white guy. Which reminds me, it's the long hair. If he get a fade again, he needs to get that fade again, get that swagger back. And I think that's the reason why his game keeps going down. The longer his hair gets, the longer his fucking mustache gets. He's just
He's
not
starting to
he.
look like a country boy now.
Yeah,
Rather
yeah,
than how he used to, because he used to date, to be honest, he used to date the complete opposite of Taylor Swift.
yeah. He used to bite the
Like
black
girls
chicks.
with
He
the
used to,
booty, girls with the
yeah,
body,
shit. I mean, I don't
and
blame
girls
him,
that are not
shit,
white.
but
And now he's got her.
I don't know if you've seen
Like,
the meme where last year where
yeah,
it was like her flather, like imagine winning the Super Bowl and you have to go home
it's
and
like
clap that.
straight down. Imagine you're coming home to this. And then the comments are so funny. I was reading them today.
Oh yeah, because like I don't know if you saw his suit. He was wearing that like brown, like ugly. I don't know if you've seen it, but it was like a tuxedo, but under it, it was like a shimmery, like some. So
Mm-mm.
whenever he left, it was just a shimmery under, and it said, "Imagine losing the Super Bowl, and then you had to go home in Taylor Swift's PJs."
Oh, no, I didn't even see that one.
I'll show that to you later. I'll post it on here. But yeah, that's what I mean. I think Travis Scott needs to get his swagger back. I feel like he has one more year. I don't know. I just feel like,
I think he's got a couple in him. But I think he's gonna go downhill. I don't think he's gonna
oh yeah,
stay the same or go up. I think he's just gonna start going downhill, and until he retires,
how do you
and then
replace the
he'll do
Travis
something
Kelsey though?
like go on like Sports Center or something,
How do you
and
replace
kind
the
of.
Travis Kelsey though? You can't replace the Travis Kelsey. As much as like
Mm.
I don't like the Chiefs, how do you replace the Travis Kelsey? Because like You can't even really name a receiver besides Xavier Worthy. What other receiver is on the Chiefs? Exactly.
Yeah.
It's Xavier Worthy and
Um, I
Travis
don't know.
Kelce.
That's why I think he's got like he's got like a couple more years. I think in him at least. He honestly he hasn't gotten hurt too often. He's not, you know, it's not like he's Mr. Glass or anything. He's not breaking.
So to wrap this up, who do you think got it next year?
The Super Bowl?
Do you think the Chiefs or the Eagles will return? These are early predictions, so we're gonna be wrong anyway. So let me remind everybody, we don't fact check around here either. So like if we say some stupid shit, we're gonna say some stupid shit. And if it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Who gives a fuck?
We don't care.
We don't give a fuck.
No, I honestly think
the 49ers, yeah, the 49ers are going to make it next year. It's going to be the 49ers and the motherfucking Ravens, and we're going to beat the Ravens.
Yeah, so I think neither team is, only because I felt like you said earlier, I agree with you, like Kansas City just barely like won the games that they won, you know? I don't think they're like the best team ever or anything like that. But I think they just barely just barely got it. This, you know, I mean, they did win a lot of games, but it wasn't like some games I was just like, this should be the score should be a lot different than it is. So I really don't think that they are going to have it in them to win or to get that far.
I agree. I feel like the Eagles, I guess it just depends on if they can get back into that mode that they were in at the second half. I feel like if the Lions, I don't know how they played like shit versus Washington, or if it was a lucky game or however that goes, but I feel like the Lions would have gave a better fight than the Washington did against the Eagles, because I just, I think the Lions are still, I don't know. I think the Lions are still going to go far again next year.
Yeah, I don't think they're, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I do agree with you about the Ravens, though. I think the Ravens have it in them.
Are the Bills cursed?
So the Bills, so they have good players, but they just choke.
Okay. So I know that like I said, we got to wrap this up. I just want your prediction right now. Super Bowl next year, AFC team, NFC team. Who's making it?
I don't know.
I put you on the spot. I mean, it's got to be somebody. I really want it to be the Niners, because I'm not biased. If you tell me no Niners, I'm gonna go. I think Washington would do good next year too, but I'm gonna go the Lions next year. I'm gonna say the Lions and the Buffalo Bills.
No.
That's my prediction right now. That's my prediction. You can't tell me no. What is your prediction?
Oh, but it's not that. Definitely not. Yeah, I don't even know. I honestly can't even make one right now.
The Patriots? So
we need like a whole, I know they did the whole coach thing, but we need more than that.
Oh, and for people that don't know, she's a Patriots fan, so that's why.
But it's because I'm from the East Coast. I'm not from California, but I live in California.
So no NFC team, right now? No Eagles, Lions, Washington, Green Bay, the Bears.
Green Bay is a definite no. No, the Bears, no. I don't even think Washington. The Commanders or whatever they're called.
I'm still calling them Redskins. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm calling them the fucking Redskins.
That's what I still call them. And people are like, that's not their name. Like, it is what it is. I grew up like that. Not the Cowboys.
It's gonna be the Cowboys and the Bears. No, the Bears. Fucking the Cowboys and the Chargers.
Oh.
All right, we're gonna get into a next segment where we react to a video. That was our segment here.
So I've been fucking with this married dude for like 2 years, right? Cool, we kicking, we vibing, we got a great ass bond. I know he married. He know I got a situationship. Good, peaches and cream. Well, I get a call today, and it's his wife. Wife calling me like, who are you? I said, I don't know. Who are you? You calling me? And she was like, well, such and such. Me, no. Who's such and such? And she's like, girl, quit playing. I be seeing you in his phone. I done follow John dates. I done went here, and here. She just naming everything down to the nitty gritty. She had it all right. Okay, cool. I'm like, well, what you want, basically. She was like, I ain't even mad at it. I got my little side piece too that I be fucking with. Like, we all good. But I just got a favor to ask you. Can you make sure he goes out on this weekend and I'll pay you to take him out? Just tell him you got a good surprise because I got my own little situationship and I just want to make sure we ain't bump heads. Okay, bet. We can do that. We can do that. Well, give me the money. She tell me where they going so, we don't bump heads. Well, I take her money. I booked the same restaurant that they was going to. We pulled up at the same time. See them
Wow.
yeah. You not finna cheat on my nigga. The fuck? Order him.
She's like, we've been cheating for so long, but you're not gonna cheat on him. What the fuck? She even took her money and everything.
So that's what I was gonna say. So there's a lot to dissect. There's so many questions, but first I want to ask you a question. Have you ever been the side chick?
One time. I'm not proud of it. I'm not.
I know.
Because
Okay.
I always used to be like, no, I would never do that. I would never do that. But I didn't have sex with anyone. It was like a side chick, like where we did stuff. Other stuff.
What's the other stuff? like the stuff before the stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because what I don't understand by side chicks, okay. First of all, the reason why I don't trust now is because of this whole side dude,
Mm-hmm.
side chick, side. You know what I mean? I've been a side dude I'm a professional side dude. You know how many chicks I've been with that have been with somebody else? Oh, I wish I could have somebody. I wish my husband was like. I had to stop for a long time, but that's the reason why I don't trust now is because of all the things that I've done. But what I don't understand is, as a side chick like her, first of all, she played the rules okay. She played, she called. She was like, "Oh yeah, no, I don't know the dude,"
Mm-hmm.
But what I don't understand is like, if you know you're the side chick, why do you have feelings? Because if you're a side chick, there should be no feelings, right? It should be because
Mm-hmm.
what's the point of a side chick? What's the point to a side chick? What would you say a side chick is for?
Just I would say sexual favors, really.
Exactly, and that's because I'm already have a main chick.
Yeah.
The side chick is so I could, you know what I'm saying? I'm just shit. You didn't want to fuck me all week. Now I'm saying that
Mm-hmm.
I'm a faithful guy. I don't cheat, but I got to
No,
be in a
me either.
relationship to cheat. You know
No,
what I'm
I'm
saying?
super
I got to
loyal.
be in a
Like,
relationship to cheat, and when I'm in a relationship, I don't. But I'm just saying, as a as somebody that been a side dude for so long, I'm just saying, I already knew there was no feelings. You know what I mean? Like
mm-hmm.
that's the way it should be. So like, why do side chicks get feelings? And I mean, it's funny she did that.
Well, because they're
It's funny she did
women.
that.
Women are women. They're gonna. Women are more petty than men on the daily, like all the time. Like men can be very petty if they want to be, but like for the most part, they don't put their feelings into it. It's more just like, oh, I'm gonna have sex with her. I'm just gonna fuck her. I don't care about the other stuff. Like whatever. But like women are like they just get feelings. I don't know. I don't get feelings like that, but.
I feel like exactly that's why I feel like an evil like.
Mm-hmm.
So you have feelings.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like as much as, and I've said this forever, and women will say it all the time. Like we can do this, and I won't catch feelings. And I'm not gonna put any like ratings on my love life. But after we're done, every time I've never met a girl that hasn't been like, well, I kind of caught feelings for you. And it might not even be because of my love life. It might be because like I share a lot, and I might you might just catch feelings from me being funny. You know what I mean? Like, but I just don't. I've always said that women don't know how to control their emotions. Even
Mm-mm.
women such as yourself, you like you said, you don't have feelings. You know, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this show with you is because we were so alike, and I can send you. You are currently in the same like group as like the shit I send my homeboys, like the weirdest
Mm-hmm.
fucking shit, the nastiest shit. I'll send it to you, and you got the same fucking reactions. That's what I like. But at the same time, you know, we always got to remember that you are a woman, and sometimes it's just like
Mm-hmm.
you have those feelings. And as a Cancer, like I do get emotional sometimes too, but that's what I just don't understand. Like you got to play your role. So as we talked about earlier, when you were saying like whenever you're done, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you got to play your role, you got to play your role. Like
Mm-hmm.
I might catch feelings for you, but if we just fucking let me cry when you leave. So
Yeah, so I don't like. Well, I was a side chick, but like I didn't know that he was married at first. But we only were together one time, so it's like it. I don't know. I just didn't really know, but like I just thought of it as like other times, like where I'm able to have a one night stand and just not have feelings for the person. That was just that one night. I needed something. It's been a long time, like, and, kind of like a guy, like when he needs something, he wants a one night or whatever, like,
it's a
and
lot
then
harder
just
for us to
please
find it
don't
the
call
one
me
night though.
again. Huh?
So it's a whole lot harder for us to find it the one night though.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways.
Well, I mean, it's pretty easy, but, but, uh, but the thing is too that I have the same issue where I wouldn't say necessarily that it's always, sometimes it's feelings, but like guys always come back. They always want more. And I'm like, we're done after this. Like
That's
it's just one time. Like I'm not a hoe or anything. I just wanted to have sex and that was just that one time and then it's over, and then I got people asking me about having kids and I'm just like, okay, for one, that whole thing is done. I'm no longer having any more kids. Like I'm done with that part of my life. And like I was just like, I don't know.
and so yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. We talk about women having emotions, but it's the same thing with men. Like I said, like I just told you, like yeah,
Mhm.
it's a whole lot harder for us to find the one night stand or whatever. But like once we find it, we're like, you could tell us like, hey, we're just trying to fuck. And then I personally, whenever I was younger, maybe once or twice, but now that I'm older, like if you tell me that's what it is, then I'm just gonna just go along with my fucking business after I'm done. But but that's what I'm saying is that like I guess it's maybe just a human trait because it's like I've heard stories of like dudes just being like, dang, like I think it also depends on what you do whenever you know what I'm saying.
Uh,
If you're just not a boring bitch, it's just like, oh damn shit, this is I want more of this. I want
yeah,
more of this, you know what I mean?
yeah. And see, being a person that's like down to do a lot, like it makes it harder for people to just like go away because they want to like keep that, like, because you know how you get comfortable with someone and then you just
Yeah.
want to keep it going like that. I think that's really what it is. I don't think it's mostly emotions with guys. I think it's just more the comfortability of like having good sex with someone, to be honest, like
Yeah.
good whatever kind of sex like
And then
that.
they don't realize that like, yeah, after 5 years of that, it's gonna slow down. So y'all might as well just find the person that you're compatible with and then just talk them into it later. But um but that's why I never understood. I never understood the feelings part of it because like if you lay down the rules, you gotta follow the rules.
Yeah. And I
You
always tell
gotta
everybody in
follow
the
the rules.
beginning, I tell them whatever I'm looking for. So I'll tell them I just want to like have a friends with benefits or something. And then I had to get rid of two of them because they were just like, I have feelings for you and stuff like that. And I'm like, I've been having sex for like 2 months. Like, how do you already
Like
have feelings? Like, that's so fast.
yeah, we've been everything is working out so good, and
It
then
was
that has happened.
perfect.
But I guess that's the issue is that nobody talks about it anymore.
Mm-mm.
they don't lay down the rules anymore. It's never like it's just like, hey, we're just gonna do this, and then later on, well, we didn't talk about it. So like at one point you want to be mad at them, but at another time it's like, well, you never really said what we were gonna be after we did this. Do you know what I mean? So like, I guess it's the same as like well, Valentine's Day is coming up, right? So it's like
Mm.
being single. I mean, we're both single, so it's like being single. Like, how do you know? Like, when is like because Valentine's Day is one of those days that I, I don't even haven't even talked to you about Valentine's Day yet, but I guarantee
Mm-mm.
you it's probably something you don't believe in. I see. I already knew that. It's just like what. First of all, like with Valentine's Day, I just don't understand like how a girl really feels special. If every girl around the fucking world that you know is getting flowers and on the same day, how the fuck do you feel special on the day that everybody else is getting shit? But then at the same time, if you don't get it, like, oh shit, did you see the fucking flowers this person got and I didn't get shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? So do you ever
Yeah.
feel bad that you don't even let's just say you weren't single and you got you had somebody and you told them, hey, I don't do and they didn't get you shit. Would you feel bad when seeing that all the other shit that everybody else got?
I don't think I would feel bad, but I'd just be like, it depends though. It depends on what kind of person they are. Because if they're a type of person who gets me flowers like once a month or does sweet things for me like once a month or like, every other month or something like that, I would not even give a fuck. I'd be like, that holiday, honestly, that holiday is for money. It's a moneymaker holiday, That's what I think of it as.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you're
It's
only
like
getting me
another
flowers
yeah.
like twice a year, like on my birthday and on Valentine's Day, then yeah, I'll probably get a little excited thinking you're gonna do something for me, but like,
See,
and then if you
see,
don't, and I'm
see,
like,
fellas. I'm telling you, fellas, stop doing the extra shit because then they expect the extra shit. You start off doing extra shit and then you kind of slow down. See, the less you
mm-hmm.
give somebody, the better it is when you actually give it to them. that, tips and tricks. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. If they expect nothing, they excited when they get something. But that's what I'm saying. Is just
well,
like
that's
when it.
well,
Go ahead.
that's the thing. That's why I said I like it better, like when if it's like every once in a while rather than on that day,
Yeah.
because it's like that's when you expect it, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. We could go out to dinner or do something. I don't know, cook dinner. I don't know, do something. That's fine. But like, honestly, I don't really care about Valentine's Day like that.
Yeah. It's just one of those that like you said, it's a money grab. It's like Christmas,
Hmm.
fucking any of those days. That's what I'm saying. Is like how you gonna feel special when everybody else is on that special day? But like being single, let's say, I just want to know as a woman, like when you're kind of talking to somebody, when do you expect to like? I don't even know how to ask what I'm trying to say. It's like this weekend, I was really thinking about asking somebody out this weekend. I
Oh
really
yeah.
was like, hey, I was thinking like, hey, kind of talking to somebody. I kind of want to see if I can maybe go visit them.
Hmm.
But then I thought it's Valentine's Day weekend though. If I go over there for Valentine's Day, or am I overthinking it? If I go over there, they might think something extra because it's Valentine's Day weekend. Or am I thinking not
I
thinking
think
right?
you're overthinking it. Honestly, like I think if you did take someone out, I would probably just get them flowers or something. Like something like a little bit, something nice or whatever. But other than that, but that's if you plan to take someone out on Valentine's Day because she might be expecting something like that, like where it's, and that could like I don't know unless
See,
it's
see
like
what I'm saying? You see what
unless
I'm
it's just
saying?
like a unless it's just like a one night thing, then I
Cause
wouldn't.
let's just say it's not Valentine's Day. Flowers is flowers a big thing, or flowers just kind of like, oh, yeah, they was just sweet, or does it
So I did
depend
a
on what kind of flowers?
poll. I did a poll recently on Instagram because I wanted to know like what people thought, and my poll was, um, do you get a girl flowers on the first date? And it was like yes or no, and it was 50-50.
I think for the first date, just to show you that I am that person. I'm not going to give you flowers, but I might bring a single rose. I might bring a single something, just something. Just be like, hey, look, hey,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I don't know you enough to be like, here's this
No,
fucking wonderful
and that's what I'm
bouquet. You know what I'm
saying.
saying?
Not too much. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I might bring you a single rose, maybe, a little. I'm not even gonna bring a stuffed animal, but that's what I'm saying. Like if it's Valentine's Day, that's what's in your head that you want to bring is like a stuffed animal, stuffed bear, something that's gonna be at the motherfucking corner of their room, lost somewhere. Probably the dog's gonna take it sometime.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah.
that's the thought that counts. And yeah, you might get a card. It's gonna get thrown away anyways. But I don't know. I think maybe I've been single so long that I don't even know what I should do or shouldn't do, and I overthink things. So like that's what I'm saying. I'm like, should I invite somebody this? Nah, it's Valentine's Day weekend. Let's go do something. Let's go do something solo.
Mm-hmm.
and and
Yeah,
and
it's tricky.
and why do women? I don't know if you do. I don't think you do. But why do women feel bad when they're single? And because I've seen the whole, well, I guess nobody's getting me nothing for Valentine's Day, and I'm
Uh,
just like, you know what I'm saying? Why do women feel that way?
I think it's just like a pity thing, just throwing themselves a pity party. Like they want someone to be like, okay, I'll get you something. What's your address? Or like, let's go on
Ah,
a date. Or it's just that whole pity thing. Like woe is me. Like feel bad for me. Whatever. Like the people that don't need to do that. Like I mean, the people that don't do that are the ones that end up getting the most anyway. Like I've been asked to be someone's Valentine. I think about 4 or 5 times already. And it's not by the guy that I'm seeing. It's not.
so we're not gonna get into whoever you're talking to right now because it sounds. That's what I'm saying. Assholes finish last, not nice guys. Assholes. It's always the bad boy. It's always the fuck. No, keep your money in your pocket. That's why I'm like, made it to another fucking Valentine's Day to have to spend a dime. I feel great. You know what I mean? And I know that sounds so fucking, well, if you're so broke, no. It's not even, it's not about the money to spend. It's the whole reason why I don't even like Christmas is being like, oh, what do I gotta get somebody? And let me think, what's the sweetest thing that I can get? And you know what I'm saying? The
Mhm.
whole stress of trying to fucking, and I know it's just like, oh, just get something simple. Then no. And Valentine's Day is coming, and I don't have to do it, and I'm okay. You know what I mean? And so that's what I mean is
Mhm.
that like you have these guys wanting to give you stuff, and you're just like, that's why like what dudes don't understand is like if she don't want you, you getting her shit is not gonna make you want her or make her want you anymore. Just
Mm-mm.
keep your money in your pocket and move on. It's that simple. I just
I'm
don't
straight
understand
up
it.
with
Like
that.
men don't get it in their mind. But maybe
And the
that's what I'm
crazy
saying.
thing is, that's the worst thing is that I'm so straight up with people and they don't, it seems like they don't care. Like, I'm sorry, I'm seeing someone, and I was just talking about this with someone today. I was just like, I'm seeing someone. I don't want you to be like a second choice or anything. And he's like, oh, I don't feel like a second choice. Like, if you, but he's the sweetest guy ever. And I got Officer Pito here being a dick. And I'm just like,
I don't know who Officer Pito is, but we gonna call him Officer Pito from now on. I think we know why his name is Officer Pito.
we do.
Slinging that 9 iron.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, or that 9 millimeter Glock. Anyways, but that's what I'm saying. It's not like so as a single guy, as a guy that like I feel like that's why I don't ever, and there's no woman that'll ever tell you they're different because I never go into like somebody else's DM. I don't shoot my shot. I don't holler at nobody because I always feel like if you don't like me, there's nothing I'm gonna do to make you convince me. this is not a sales job. I'm not gonna be like, hey, shit, I make 6 figures a year, or you know what I'm saying? No, I'm gonna fucking spit these jokes. I'm gonna be myself, and if you're gonna laugh, if you're gonna fucking whatever, and if you wanna try something, I'm telling you, shit, my DMs is open. If you want to come holler at me, I don't discriminate. Let's talk. But I'm not gonna go into let me go to this pretty girl's DM. I might throw a heart here and there. I'm gonna heart your story. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I'm gonna throw it in there. If you respond, okay, let's kind of talk. Let me because if I don't, sometimes if you don't send that, they don't know if you like them. So it's just like, okay, let
Oh
me
yeah,
send just something subtle, something little,
a little
and I
something.
send it. And then if you don't send it back, then I know what it is. You know what I mean? Because I think guys have fucked it up so much of like, hey, they're registered inbox offenders
Oh
that
yeah.
they'll be in there. I got sisters, so I know. Like it's like,
Mm-hmm.
hey beautiful, how's your day?
Mm-hmm.
Having a whole fucking conversation by themselves, and they're like, bro, like after the first one, second one, third one, you've DM'd this girl 87 fucking times,
Mm-hmm.
and you're still at it. Do girls not ever think that? Well, you know what? Maybe God did send him to me. No, no. It's just like
No.
so.
I
Okay,
have so many
last,
unanswered DMs right now,
and
like
that's what I was gonna say.
over.
Last thing about this. So with those DMs, why not just? Well, I'm not gonna say not. Why not block? Why not respond? Because like you could say, hey, your mama's fat and ugly, and they'll think, oh shit, she responded to me. So that I understand. You not to respond, but why not block them?
I think it's just the whole social media thing. I just don't want.
It's that one extra like you're gonna get.
Yeah, it's just that one extra like on the picture or comment or anything like that. I mean, if you're doing it for social media reasons, I mean that, yeah. But if you're not, then yeah, I would definitely block them. I've blocked so many people. I've had to block a lot of people, mostly for harassment and stuff. And like I said, I'm like average looking. I don't think I'm like gorgeous or too hot or whatever. But I do get a lot of DMs, and it's mostly just because there's a lot of
Dick
thirsty
pics.
people out there.
Dick pics.
And I get a lot of dick pics, yeah. As you
I
know.
never understand the dick pics. That's a whole other conversation we'll have on another episode. I just never understand it. But yeah, it's I can see as a woman, I know that you probably get all these
Mm-hmm.
DMs and no matter how many followers, I don't get any. Ladies, if you want to DM me, DM my DMs are wide open. And if I've been talking to you, I'm lying.
That's how we started talking.
No, for real. Like you and me started talking. I think one of the reasons why I really wanted to do this with you is because one, like I said earlier, I can send you whatever, and your reactions are like, oh shit, it's just not weird. But also like the things you say are the funniest things. Like right now, you just said pito. Like I don't know how. What the fuck? Like I don't. I haven't said pito since middle school. Like that's thing. And then one day you was talking to me, and then you were like, well, I think I might start my rag this weekend. And I'm like,
Oh,
you're on the rag? Like
yeah,
who
I was like
talks like
getting in a
who
bad
talks like
mood.
that? And I'm like, okay, she.
Yeah, I was getting in a bad mood, and I tell you everything. So it's just like, I think I'm going to start my rag soon. I always say
So before we get out of here,
that. Hmm.
do you have plans for Valentine's Day weekend?
I do
None,
not.
none,
Nothing.
no DMs, no Officer Pito, no.
He hasn't mentioned it at all, so I don't know that he's not really like, I don't know if he's like the romantic type. I mean, we just started kind of like talking a couple months ago, and then it evolved into a little bit more, but I don't know whether he's into that kind of stuff. So we haven't talked about it, to be honest. And I
So
haven't
I
sent
think
him any clues like, oh, you should ask me, or any. I haven't sent him any videos that were, because we send each other meme
you don't
videos or whatever.
you don't fuck with Valentine's Day, but if he come up to you and he be like, "Will you be my Valentine?" Tell me your heart won't melt. Tell me, look at you,
Do it.
look. You'll be like, "Oh man, that was so." I don't do Valentine's Day, but that was so sweet.
I would.
God dang.
Because he's not even like that. That's why.
That's what
So,
I'm
like,
saying. That's what
yeah.
I'm saying, fellas. If you get anything out of this episode, if you are listening, less is more. I'm telling you. If they expect nothing, they get nothing. You give them something little, they'll love it. They'll love it. So I guess on the next on maybe on the next episode I want to talk about that. That's what I want to talk about like you said that you're talking. I don't know whenever, like when's the good time to say you're somebody or something, but we'll talk about that next time. We got a good weekend coming up. Like I said, it's Valentine's Day. I think the NBA All Stars this weekend. So
Yes.
so we'll just wrap this up, and that is the end of this episode. We are here every Thursday. This is the first episode. We still getting some shaky things going on. This is the first episode. This is the end. Once again, this is my lovely co-host, Kayla. She is on Instagram at emerald_eyes_44. And I am DeMarco at DeMarco, DAMARCO. They're doing funny shit every day. We will be here every week. It's Valentine's Day weekend, fellas. Don't be silly. Wrap that willy. Ladies, make them pay that Billy. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
Bye.
Why are we like this now? Gonna figure it out with a pow, pow, pow. DeMarco and Kayla taking the bow. Join us on the journey, we'll show you how.